Mike Scott here. Hello, Triton people. Going to talk about the Airtc, which is our rebuttal process. Pretty sure everybody's familiar with that by now. So let's break this down. Airtc. For the A, you have to acknowledge and agree with the customer. You got to let them know that you understand where they're coming from. So when a customer tells you no, they're going to usually tell you why they're saying no. You have to acknowledge that. I completely understand where you're coming from. You know what? I totally get that. Once you do that, we're going on to the next step. You got to isolate the problem. So if he tells you he doesn't want to take advantage of the offer because it's too much and he doesn't know if it's going to work, we're going to repeat that back to him to make sure we're isolating what the actual problem is. So now I completely understand where you're coming from, sir. You're basically saying that you don't want to purchase 6 bottles without knowing if the 2 or the 1 is going to work, right? Now, we isolated the problem. We're going to rebut now. What a rebuttal is your solution. So he tells me he doesn't want to buy 6 bottles because he doesn't know if it's going to work. And that's a big investment to not know if something's going to work. What a rebuttal to that is 30-day money-back guarantee. So what we're going to do is AIR. I completely understand where you're coming from, sir. I wouldn't want to buy a bunch of stuff if I didn't know it was working either. But we give you a 30-day money-back guarantee because we want you to make sure it works. And if it doesn't work for you, you can call and get your money back. That's simple. Now that's the rebuttal. That's the solution to his problem. If he knows he can get his money back, then it's not an issue of buying all of these bottles because we want you to know that it works. So now we got the A, we got the I, we got the R, T. We got time down. You want them to say, yes, right, I agree with that. So we're going to do it again, starting with A. So I completely understand where you're coming from. You're basically saying that you don't want to purchase 6 bottles without knowing if 1 or 2 is going to work. Well, that's exactly why we give you a 30-day money-back guarantee, because we want you to make sure this is something that's going to work for you. And then if you can actually get your money back because it's not working for you, that's a worthwhile investment, right? We just tied him down. Now he's going to follow it. Well, yeah, that is good. That's a good one. Now we go on to C. We're closing them off. We're going to end it. We're going to basically close off your rebuttal. You don't want to leave it open-ended because that allows them chances to come back in and talk, which takes control again. So now we want to close off the sentence. Well, let's get that out there to you today, okay? So let's put it all together. Airtc. Sir, I completely understand where you're coming from. I totally get that. What you're saying is you don't want to buy 6 bottles without knowing if 1 or 2 is going to work because that's a big investment. But again, that's why we give you that 30-day money-back guarantee. We want you to make sure it works for you before you totally invest into it and keep it. And if you can actually get your money back because it's not working for you, that's worth taking advantage of, right? Right. So let's go ahead and get you set up today so you can take advantage of this great discounted offer, okay? Okay. Airtc. Remember it. This is how your sales are going to be sold. The sale does not start till the customer tells you no, which makes your rebuttal process one of the strongest and one of the most important ones you need to remember. Let's see how you do with that Airtc.